pimps, power, and pretty ladies. This is Blax History Month, a 28-day celebration of black exploitation films. If I'm being honest, I actually was going to talk about a different movie here. Originally, I watched Ganja and Hess, a movie about a guy who becomes a blood-craving monster after being stabbed with a germ-infested knife, and I was going to do a review on that. But I watched that movie like 3 times, and I still, for the life of me, can't tell you what that movie was about. Trust me, I tried. So I'll come back to that one. Instead, I decided to pivot to another more well-known vampire movie. That movie was Blacula. Blacula stars William Marshall as the titular character, and if you're around my age, then you'll remember him as the second king of cartoons on Pee-wee's Playhouse. Before he becomes Blacula, the character's name is Mama Walde, which is a mouthful and challenging as hell to say. And unfortunately, it's what he goes by for the majority of the movie. Nobody thought, hey, maybe we should shorten that? Mama Walde travels from Africa to Transylvania to seek out the help of Count Dracula to help him stop the slave trade. Yep, the king of the vampires himself makes an appearance in this movie. Although not looking like the classical version of him, this dude looks more like a slave owner himself, fresh off the damn Mayflower. So I guess it shouldn't be a shock that he insults Mama Walde and threatens to enslave his wife.
Let us not forget, sir. It is you who comes from the jungle.
Damn, Dracula more than a little bit racist, huh? Mama Walde will have none of that though, and puts up a good fight until he's jumped by Dracula's minions. For daring to resist captivity, Dracula turns him into a vampire and locks him in a coffin for all of eternity. I know I'm not the only one who always thought the name Blacula was just a little too similar to Dracula, and that they should have came up with something a little more original. But if you watch the movie, you learn that Dracula named him after himself, so now it makes more sense.
I curse you with my name. You shall be Blacula.
So I guess technically, Blacula is his slave name. Blacula is trapped in that coffin until the 1970s, when he's awakened by 2 interior decorators, and is off to the races to do, well, basically nothing. That might be the biggest flaw of this movie. There's really no motivation for Mama Walde once he wakes up. Yeah, he's pissed off that he was trapped for all those centuries, and thirsty as hell, but he has no real goal other than to be a relentless killing machine. It's not until he meets a woman who looks exactly like his wife, of course because she's played by the same woman, Vanetta McGee, that Blacula gets a purpose, but it's never really spelled out. He wants this woman to be with him for eternity, but he doesn't want to turn her into a vampire. Well, how does that work? Well, Blacula doesn't want to drown you in the details, so just go with it. How easily she falls for Blacula hurts the movie in my eyes. I hate to bring up realism in a blaxploitation horror movie, but come on, give me a little effort. It's not all bad. Mama Walde has all the trademarks and motifs of the classic vampires. He's dressed impeccably, so much so that a guy keeps trying to buy his cape.
Say, Mama Walde, let me buy that old cape from you, brother.
His dialogue has a powerful delivery, and it's due to William Marshall's booming deep voice.
Oh no, you mustn't be frightened. Let me try and help you understand.
And in vampire form, he has a legit scary presence, and has a few moments of what could be considered jump scares by 1970 standards. Thalmus Razulala from Cool Breeze makes an appearance as a doctor and a pathologist who knows something is up with all the recent murders. He's a stand-in for the usual Van Helsing type character. He couldn't be the real Van Helsing though, because apparently he already exists in this universe. I was also pleasantly surprised to see Katie Lester, who played Aunt Lucy on House Party 3, make an appearance as a taxi driver.
Imbecile? Who the hell you calling an imbecile? You the nut that ran in front of my cab. You the only imbecile on this street. Boy.
I love that woman for some reason. As your basic early entry into blaxploitation horror, Blacula is decent enough. It's hard to make a unique vampire movie when everything about them has already been done to death. I give it props for being the first to change things up as far as the color of the character goes, and introducing him into a new environment, influencing future black vampire movies that take place in inner city neighborhoods. Blacula itself got a sequel in 1973 that was slightly better than the first movie. Despite the flaws of the first Blacula movie, even though vampires suck, 1972's Blacula definitely doesn't.